All right, welcome back to another episode of the Fresh Squeeze podcast. I'll be your host today, Jeremy, here with Justin, and today is our Oscar nominations pre-show, okay?
Been looking forward to this.
Yeah, everything today Oscar related, so we're going to be talking about our predictions and who we think will win certain categories, some very notable snubs that have been found out because of the released nominees, and then also some just predictions a little bit also for the 2023 Oscars.
Even though we're only a few months into the year,
Yeah.
we can still look to next year.
Yeah, so we got a lot of big stuff packed in for this episode. So let's start it off.
So, obviously, okay. The Oscars, anyone who doesn't know, it's the biggest movie award ceremony of the year, run by the Academy of
The rich people.
I guess the prestigious film board, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't really know what happens at the Academy, but
I feel like the Academy's not even real. It's just a name. There's no place.
no, it's not like it's a school or
Yeah.
anything. It's just like a board of film aficionados or
Yeah.
whatever. But even though, yeah, we were excited to talk about it. Honestly, in recent years, the Oscars and the Academy as a organization has kind of lost a lot of respect to its viewers and
Yeah. Even to like the participants, like the directors and actors that are being nominated.
like not only have in recent years have like, the nominations and the winners are all like, that was a stupid pick or that was a really woke pick.
Yeah.
But, they've been doing a lot of like, they keep cutting categories from getting presented
Yeah.
and aired. So there's a lot of they're kind of in a lot of hot water
Oh, yeah,
last
definitely.
few years,
Yeah.
especially this year.
Yeah.
But we don't really watch the show per se.
No.
We just like to see the results.
Yeah, I mean the results are really all that matter. You're pretty much just watching. I don't even know how long is it. 2 hours, 3 hours.
It's probably a couple hours.
when you could literally just look over the list in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So
We'll look them over the next day.
Yeah.
So, to be honest, nowadays, it's fun to be excited about award shows, but most award shows are so overrated.
I honestly just disappointed most of the time.
Like, I can't even bring myself to watch the Grammys anymore.
No. Especially what they did to the weekend.
Yeah, no. Grammys is almost just as bad as the Academy.
Yeah.
But
Arguably worse.
yeah, like we said, this is still the biggest awards for movies every year.
Yeah.
I've been over the past like month or so, people call this the award season. So you can track all the other award shows and organizations that are giving out awards to filmmakers and things. There's a whole list of other ones. So if you don't win an Oscar, it's not the end of the world. It's just considered the most prestigious.
Yeah.
Because the past few weeks they've been having the BAFTA Awards, which is
Right. Yep.
British film.
Yep.
They have the Emmys, which I think that's TV, right?
Yeah.
The Golden Globes, which is just another movie thing. Some other ones that I completely forgot is that there's the Screen Actors Guild. There's the Critics' Choice Awards.
Right.
And there's Nickelodeon's Kid Choice Awards. I mean, come on.
That's pretty prestigious.
So there's a lot of them going on there.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll get started with looking over our categories. We're just going to cover the ones, I guess, that we're most interested in.
We really care about.
But because we're not total...
We're not Oscar snobs.
we're not
okay?
absolute...
We didn't watch
Oscar
every
snobs.
single movie that was nominated because, frankly, I don't care about every single movie.
Half of them are just... Yeah. Even if it's nominated for Best Picture, that doesn't mean that it's worth watching.
No.
It just means that this group of people who chose them thought that they represented the year in film.
Yeah.
But we do appreciate the other fine ones that came out.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, definitely.
Which is, I mean, probably less than half on this list.
Yeah,
but
we only watched a handful of movies last year that ended up making it as nominations. So that's why we're only doing the select few categories.
Yeah.
So
but they're really the ones that matter.
Yeah.
So we got our own lists that we checked off our ballots.
Yes, we did.
I guess.
Well, here, I'll just read off all the categories just to know like what the categories are,
and then we'll focus on the ones we like.
So, first category we've got Best Picture, Directing, Actress in a Leading Role, Actor in a Leading Role, Actress in a Supporting Role, Actor in a Supporting Role, Original Screenplay, Adapted Screenplay, Animated Feature, Documentary Feature, International Feature Film, Cinematography, Film Editing, Costume Design, Makeup and Hairstyling, Original Score, Original Song, Sound, Production Design, Visual Effects, Documentary, and it says Short Subject, Short Film, Live Action, or Short Film, Animated.
So obviously that's a lot of categories.
That is a lot of categories.
But when it comes to the creators, they all matter.
Yeah.
So it's kind of low of them to say, oh, this one isn't as important as the other one.
So, I mean, all these are important to somebody.
Somebody put a lot of work into these.
Yeah.
And it's an honor to be nominated.
Yeah.
And to not be properly honored for that nomination, you feel slighted.
Yeah.
So you would think some people would be like, oh, just the short subject stuff, that's whatever.
Be like, oh, the short films? Nah, dude.
No, sometimes that's the most passionate stuff right there.
They put the most love.
So, but anyway, so we want to just go through each category and talk about.
We can just go back and forth.
Category with our predictions for what we want to win, and then probably the ones that are probably gonna win.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So you can go first.
Okay. So I guess we'll start with Best Picture. Since this one's important, we'll read them all off. The nominees are the films Belfast, Coda, Don't Look Up, Drive My Car, Dune, King Richard, Licorice Pizza, Nightmare Alley, The Power of the Dog, and West Side Story. So that's going to be, which movie was Film of the Year?
Yeah, pretty much.
So, to be honest, even though this is the biggest category, I don't have a very, steadfast opinion on this one.
Yeah.
We both watched 2 movies from this category.
Yeah, because what we did was, now, the one that we both watched was Dune.
We had already seen it.
We'd already seen it, but then in preparation for this episode, we both picked each a different Oscar nominee in the Best Picture category.
Right. So, which one did you watch?
So I watched Drive My Car, which is just short synopsis. It's just a Japanese drama movie.
Okay. And I ended up choosing the film Belfast, which was kind of like it was a family drama taking place in Belfast, Ireland, about a family in the 1960s through the turmoil that was happening then.
Oh, I guess I didn't really give a synopsis of the story of mine since you did.
No, that's okay. Well, when we get to the other categories, we can talk about it.
All right, that's fine.
So, do you have a choice?
I mean, so when I was first looking over this, obviously my brain immediately was like, oh yeah, dude, Best Picture, you know?
It's easy to just say that.
To just sweep every category.
Just have a category sweeper.
Yeah.
But before, it's interesting to say that because sometimes you just want your favorite movie to win every category.
Yeah.
Which honestly, you do need to show love for other movies.
Yeah, but you also don't want to not over appreciation, but just I don't know what the right terminology is. But you're just this movie, and it's good in every quality in every category.
But sometimes the obvious choice is the right choice.
Yeah.
Because I looked it up. Lord of the Rings: Return of the King. It was early 2000s. Swept the Oscars.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
I looked it up. 11 wins.
Jeez.
So
I know it won a lot.
Don't say that a big budget blockbuster can't sweep the Oscars.
Yeah, because they do. Haven't in a while, but they do.
So I would not be opposed to Dune doing something similar.
Yeah.
Not just because I like it, but because I genuinely think it was an innovative film.
It was just a great movie in general. Now, so I mean, like I said, I couldn't really choose. Obviously, but I feel like both of our opinions are gonna be kind of biased from just what we've seen.
Yeah.
My 2 picks are. I would be okay if it was either obviously Dune or Drive My Car.
Right.
So because I thoroughly enjoyed both movies. So.
And hey, it's great when a non-Hollywood based movie can get great appreciation.
Yeah. Because just for some facts, for example, on here, since this list is by Rotten Tomatoes, so next to each movie it shows the critic score and then the audience score. So for example, Drive My Car has a 98%.
That's the highest critic score.
That's the highest critic score on the list, and a 82% audience score. While Dune has an 83% critic score, but a 90% audience score. So you can see some variation there.
It was also interesting that the King Richard has a 98% audience.
Yeah.
So that's the highest audience score.
Yeah. So, I mean, that one, which we didn't see, but has 90 and a 98. So it's like the highest score on the list.
But that doesn't automatically mean the highest score is the winner. So, yeah, I would be obviously okay with Dune winning, but I don't think it will.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily think that it needs to.
I mean, I won't be disappointed if Dune doesn't win Big Picture, because I feel like it'll definitely
I think it
show
deserves
up in other categories, though.
There's other categories that it deserves more.
Yeah.
So, honestly, I'm just open to whatever.
Yeah.
It seems like the front runner is the movie Power of the Dog.
Yeah, realistically, I feel like that one's gonna win, just because I've heard of
one so
much.
I've just seen a lot of buzz about that one.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah. But I guess we'll move on to directing, which is the best movie director.
Yeah.
The standout ones here are Kenneth Branagh for Belfast, I think he's a really great underrated director.
Yeah.
I looked it up. He has yet to be. He's been nominated a few times, never won.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
And he's been doing this for over 30 years.
Yeah.
So.
And actually, in this category, both me and Justin's movies made it in this category because the director of Drive My Car, Ryusuke Hamaguchi, also, who directed that movie, is also in it. Now, personally, that was my pick, since that was the only movie I saw in this category.
Yeah.
Again, it's kind of biased, but at the same time, it was a very well directed movie, I must say.
Yeah.
So.
Sometimes to me personally, I feel like a person winning is not only for the project that they're nominated, but just like their most recent body of works as well.
Yeah.
Like Kenneth Branagh has the past 10 years.
He has definitely proven himself.
Proven himself as a director and an actor.
Tenet. Okay.
Yeah, he was acted great in Tenet.
He was in Road to El Dorado. He voiced Miguel, I'm pretty sure.
Yo, we're kicking it back. I mean, a lot of people don't realize this. He directed the first Thor movie.
I always forget about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Because he's rooted in a lot of classic theater Shakespearean stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And Thor kind of fits that vibe.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate him for doing that. So I think he should win.
Okay.
And of course they had to throw in Spielberg just because he's the OG.
Yeah. I mean, you got to throw a goat in there,
The next one was lead actress. Per the nominees, I didn't have an opinion.
No, me neither. We didn't see a single movie in any of the leading actress or actor categories.
Which, I mean, that's just how it was.
That's just how it was. We just ended up not seeing any of these movies.
But we want to talk about a snub.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it, all right.
Oh, why don't we tell people what a snub is?
Okay, you probably have a better explanation.
So when there's a Oscar or a movie snub, it just means the nomination that was quite obviously should have been nominated but didn't get chosen.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like this is like the one that really missed out.
It's almost like this was the audience pick, but it wasn't actually the reality.
It didn't get the actual pick.
Now, don't want me to say
I think we've already mentioned this before.
Probably. Now, I feel very passionate about this because I think that someone who was snubbed out of the actress in a leading role nominee was Rebecca Ferguson for Dune. Okay.
Yeah.
Literally fantastic job. She literally was almost like the best person in that whole movie, I think.
From an acting perspective, yeah.
So good.
So I feel like
she definitely missed out on that one.
I'm almost feel like sometimes they need to have
Like an audience choice?
Almost kind of like an honoree section. Like, they're like, these are the ones that we almost picked.
Yeah, because then you'd be like, oh, well, although I didn't get chosen to be nominated, they did consider me. Because then you're like, I didn't nominated. Did they even consider me?
Yeah.
Does anybody notice my work? You know what I'm saying? Like,
but then again, like,
I feel like,
I guess that's kind of what a nominee is for.
yeah, I guess the other nominees are technically the honorable mentions,
Yeah.
even since not all of them get picked. So,
But just because they only pick like 5 or 6 people,
yeah.
so they're not saying that her performance was bad.
No.
It just didn't get nominated.
I just think hers is the best. Okay.
Oh, and also, I mean, also not to be a Dune elitist, but
Mhm.
Villeneuve, the director, definitely got snubbed for best directing.
Yeah, sorry. That definitely was probably the biggest snub.
That was probably the biggest snub.
Yeah.
Not only to me, literally the actors from the movie were, said that online. They were like, why didn't Villeneuve get nominated? He's the one who crafted this masterpiece of a movie.
Because I'm going to keep it real. I think we both, if Villeneuve would have been in the directing nominees, we both would have picked him.
Yeah.
Hands down. Okay?
Definitely.
Like, no question in my mind, I would have picked him as best directing.
So those are probably the 2 biggest personal snubs that we
Yeah,
thought
I don't
of.
think we had... Yeah, no, those were it, so...
Once again, didn't have a huge opinion on leading actor.
Yeah, I don't really have anything else until adapted screenplay.
I just like to give out a shout out to Andrew Garfield just because he's great.
Because he's kind of just like back doing his thing.
Yeah.
Like,
even though I didn't watch his new movie,
it's on my Netflix list, but I haven't watched it yet. But
the only thing held me back. I'm just not a musical person.
see, I think I don't know. I might power through, but I feel like at the same time I feel like I'm already past that.
So, if anyone should win, I'd be here for him winning.
I would be here for him to win.
Even though all the other picks are pretty solid too.
Honestly, Denzel's he's kind of just a king. So.
Denzel, Will Smith,
Yeah.
Benedict. I mean,
low key, it's kind of a stacked category.
And then I didn't have anything for supporting actress. Wasn't really interested there.
Mm-hmm. Or supporting actor.
Yeah. I mean, I'm always here for J.K. Simmons, but
oh, always.
Okay. The next category is where it gets more interesting.
Yeah.
Those were the first categories were probably considered the most high prestigious ones.
Yeah.
But these are probably the ones that are the crowd pleasers.
Yeah,
up.
definitely.
Do you have anything for original screenplay?
I don't.
So what that means is it is a script that was created from a completely original idea.
Yeah. And I don't, and I am honestly not. I mean, sure. I mean, realistically, I don't know. I feel like technically the one that has the highest score obviously could have a chance of winning.
Yeah. I've kind of heard a lot of buzz about that one.
The
there.
worst person in the world.
Yeah. Kind of like a really small independent foreign movie.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So that one, let it win if it wants to. But adapted screenplay, that's when a script is taken from another source, like a novel or a comic book.
Yeah.
Or any other source of inspiration. And so, I guess Your Drive My Car it came from somewhere?
Yeah, so that movie was actually based off of a book that apparently some famous Japanese author writes a series of.
Okay.
Now, I feel like this category was a little hard for me since the 2 movies that I have seen in here, I haven't read either of them. Like, I know,
okay.
Like, you've read Dune, and then you got to see it.
Yeah.
And I haven't read Dune or obviously this other book, so I didn't really know much about either of the screenplays.
True.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, I just figured I'd give some diversity only because I have Dune in other categories. So I just put Drive My Car for this one, just to kind of throw some curveball there.
No, I figured you would. Well, I chose Dune.
I figured.
I mean, because I have read the book.
Since you've actually read the adapted. Yes.
The
original.
The novel that the movie was adapted from.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah, not only did I think it was a great adaptation, the book always gives more information, but the big feat in Hollywood has been trying to adapt this movie for decades.
Yeah.
And I don't think Denis could have done it any better.
Yeah.
So if it doesn't win adapted screenplay, that's kind of a disservice.
It's kind of a criminal.
Kind of a disservice
offense.
to its source material.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll see how that one goes. I feel like, yeah, Dune, there's probably about 2 or 3 that, like, it needs to win.
And adapted screenplay is one of them.
And, yeah, it's not my number one, but we'll get to what my number one is in a little
I feel
bit.
like I know what your number one is.
Before we get to that, let's talk about another heated subject. Animated feature. Some people may not care because it's just the animated movies.
Okay, the animated movies are the future, literally. It's powerful storytelling.
The best canvas
I've been saying this for years.
for artistic expression.
Yeah.
The only problem with this category is that whenever Pixar puts out something, they pretty much win every time.
It gets flooded with instantly whatever that, yeah.
So if it's a Disney or Pixar, it's pretty much guaranteed to win.
Like, oh my gosh, it's game changing.
So our nominees for that were Disney's Encanto, Disney's oh wait, no, that one's not Disney.
I don't know what Flea is.
There's one called Flea, Disney's Luca, Mitchell's versus the Machines, which we saw, which I thought was pretty good.
That was pretty good.
Because it's by the same people who did Spider-Verse and Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Yeah.
Totally fit the vibe. And then Raya and the Last Dragon, which we didn't see. I liked the idea of it at first when I saw the trailer, but once it came out, I was like, this looks kind of stupid.
Yeah. And I know Justin had some issues with some of the designs of that movie.
You can't call the movie... When I saw the trailer, like,
oh, this sounds sweet.
I was like, this looks sick. We got like some cool.
But then we got this fluorescent blue dragon.
Like, I thought the dragon was gonna look so much cooler.
Yeah, no, it was just like.
It looked. I mean, not to go back to like 2013, but it looked derpy. So.
Oh my gosh.
Whereas I thought like with Raya, she had like
She had this like curved looking blade.
Yeah.
It reminded me of the Mulan blade.
It was like Mulan mixed with Legend of Korra.
Yeah, that's yeah.
So I might still watch the movie sometime.
Yeah.
But I'm just not feeling it.
I picked Mitchell's versus the Machines.
I did too.
Yeah.
It was probably the most like refreshingly original movie.
Yeah. And by a studio that I feel like we don't see much from.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you remember what the studio is?
We talked about this. I know we did.
Well, yeah. It's just whichever one does Meatballs and Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Is it just Sony Pictures?
It might be.
Yeah.
I don't remember, but and since I like that animation style that Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs is in.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not like, I don't even know how to describe it because it's like cartoony, but it's like it's like 3D cartoony.
It's just
that
very
makes sense.
Graphically impactful.
Yeah, and I like that's all the so that was good. So
not that I have anything personally against the other nominees. I just feel like
some of them are overhyped.
Disney's slate of movies last year is very white bread. Let's be real.
Yeah,
it's nice that they're doing a lot of like different culturally inclusive movies.
Yeah, because that's good. Yeah,
it's good for other audiences.
Yeah, so they can please and connect with different people.
Because personally, I didn't connect with any of these.
No,
but Encanto is probably gonna win.
Probably.
It just looked like the most basic, like, hey, we're a family who can do anything.
And you know what? Our family, we've got special family connections.
We've got family spirit. Yeah. There's nothing more powerful than that.
There's nothing more powerful than the power of friendship.
Yeah. So I'm sure it was good for the kiddies, but
yeah, good for the kids. But
Mitchell's versus the Machines deserves the dub.
Yeah. So documentary feature, okay. I had nothing.
It's documentary.
Documentary feature. I definitely did not say documentary earlier when I was reading this.
I wasn't gonna correct you, but
That's
you kept saying
All
it.
right.
So I'm sorry to expose you.
Moving on.
Yeah, we don't have an opinion there.
No, we don't have an opinion on documentaries.
It's okay.
All right. International feature film. Let's be honest. We all know who. This is realistically the only category that Drive My Car needs
to win.
Because if some movie named Flea, The Hand of God, or some other thing wins over this movie, whack. Okay, I don't care if this yak in a classroom, whatever the heck that means, has 100%. Okay,
that sounds like
it has dude. There's not even.
Wait, it has 100%.
But just there's no stats for an audience score. Nobody saw this movie.
Nobody saw
this movie. So Drive My Car needs to win international feature film, and that's a fact.
I feel like that's the only one that should
Also,
win.
what kind of thing is called Yak in the Classroom?
That sounds like...
This really sounds like a Dr. Seuss.
It sounds like something you read at story time.
Yeah, that along with Cat with the Gat, okay?
Okay, I feel like that's the easy pick. Right
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Okay, now we're getting into some real juice. Cinematography. So, obviously, that is honoring the visual beauty,
The
that
art
is
of cinema, of
brought-
shot making.
of composing shots in a movie. So our nominees, Dune, and the other ones, Nightmare Alley, Power of the Dog, Tragedy of Macbeth, and West Side Story. I feel like Dune needs to take the dub on this
And
one.
not just because I enjoyed the movie, but because the cinematography was generally great.
Like,
It was actually amazing.
yeah. I mean, I gotta show some love to my boy Greg Fraser.
Mm-hmm.
He just worked on the Batman also.
Oh, we'll get to that.
So, it's just one of those movies where there's just so much feeling and artistry put into every shot.
Yeah.
The only criticism I've seen towards its cinematography is everybody says that its color palette is really muted, but it's a desert planet.
It's a desert movie. You can't have reds and greens in a desert planet. You know? Of course, you're going to have blue sky and like orange, yellow sand.
Yeah, I just don't feel like any of the other ones need to win. They just are movies that take place in very basic settings.
Especially if The Power of the Dog wins Best Picture.
It's literally just a Western.
Yeah, it's like, okay, if you win Best Picture, whatever, but let's give Dune cinematography. Like, come on.
Yeah, so that's one of the ones that, like, needs to win.
Yeah. Now, we all know what doesn't need to win in film editing is Don't Look Up, because apparently that movie wasn't edited. Okay.
There was a lot of buzz and
They definitely didn't finish that movie.
a lot of mixed opinions about this movie.
We didn't see it, but we just heard.
No, we didn't see it.
I just enjoyed seeing all the commotion online.
Because apparently it was a very, like, politically fueled movie.
Yeah.
And it not only did it got nominated in one.
Just look for the
two,
rotten marks.
Just look for that. How the heck did a movie with a rotten rating?
Literally, a 56% made it in Best Picture. That's criminal.
You're trying to say that's one of the best movies of the year?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now. If that movie wins Best Picture or any other big category, like, you know,
I'm not following the Oscars
then the
anymore.
whole Oscars is biffed forever. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't see the movie. I don't care to see the movie if the movie looked trash. Okay, I'm gonna be straight up.
I feel like it should be criteria that if it got a negative review, it shouldn't be nominated.
Yeah. So, I mean, okay, and let's be real. Like the cast for that movie was stacked, but
that's all I had going for it.
But that's all it had going for it was they had DiCaprio,
the Jennifer Lawrence,
and
wasn't Jonah Hill?
Jonah Hill, yeah, and wasn't.
They had a lot of people in it.
Wasn't like I don't remember.
Yeah.
But, so.
That's just what you call it, Oscar bait.
Yeah.
So if that movie wins anything, the two movies, I guess we could kind of talk about some Oscar bait fails.
That's kind of a good, yeah.
Like the fact that Don't Look Up got nominated is very strange, and it shouldn't win anything.
I'm honestly surprised it just got nominated.
It's funny that it got nominated for film editing, because I heard specifically the way it was edited was terrible.
Yeah, and now I'll talk about this because there was all this commotion online because apparently in the movie there is a scene where in the direction that the camera is pointing, you can see a reflection of the film crew in the background. Now, you say that to me, I'm like, yeah, this movie sounds terrible. But then the director came out and he was like, oh, well, it was part of the artistic direction.
Yeah,
and I'm like, yeah, right. You're just trying to cover up your lazy job, okay? Like,
yeah. The other Oscar bait fails. I mean,
now, when you say these, when these two movies got announced, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm sure these will win awards, you know. Just because they seemed like prestigious movies, you know.
And it was by a prestigious director.
Yes.
Poor Ridley Scott couldn't catch a break last year.
He had two. I'm not gonna say they're L's, but his nominations were L's.
I mean, I feel like he's one of those kind of boomer age directors who low-key kind of already peaked.
I mean, he kind of peaked with Blade Runner.
He did Blade Runner. He did Gladiator. He did,
that's true. Yeah.
A slew of other stuff.
Like I feel like his ideas are cool.
Yeah.
Since for those who don't know, there was his 2 movies that came out last year were House of Gucci and The Last Duel. One being about the Gucci family, and then one being about
It's about medieval
knights and stuff. Now both concepts sound cool, and both movies had a really good cast of actors and actresses. So when I saw them, I was like, yeah, I'm sure these movies will do great. But then there was like 0 advertising for both movies, so nobody went to see them.
So we'll talk about the other ones in a little bit, but if Don't Look Up or House of Gucci wins a award, I'll probably laugh out loud. What do we got next?
Next we got costume
design. I tried to play it a little bit different.
Yeah. I mean, I probably could have played it different in this category. Did you vote for Cruella?
I did.
I knew it.
Even though I didn't see the movie and I wasn't interested to.
Yeah.
It seems like the outfits they put together looked pretty cool.
Yeah.
So.
I was thinking about that. Now I was doing this. Now, I put Dune, okay? But I was thinking about, I was like, can I just say Dune is great? Yes, but at the same time, not that, I'm not trying to be like, the Dune outfits were basic, I mean.
It's not just the still suits, though.
Yeah, I know, yeah. But,
you think of all the Lady Jessica outfits?
Yeah. Or like the
you think about all the
armors.
The armor?
Yeah.
And
so I did put that down as costume design because I thought they were good, but
no, that one's very valid.
Yeah.
I wanted to pick Dune. I just wanted to pick something that was
a little out of the box.
Out of the box,
yeah.
Okay. So next we got makeup and hairstyling.
I chose House of Gucci. No. I didn't choose that.
It's funny how a movie.
Wait. Can I choose just Adam Driver from House of Gucci?
I'd be okay with it.
I'll do that.
Yeah,
then.
That's valid. Because apparently, Jared Leto was in this movie, and
Jared Leto's a freak to begin with.
He looked horrendous.
Yeah. Okay, let's be real. The best people that looked in that movie were Adam Driver and Lady Gaga.
But that's all that matters.
That's all that matters, so that's why.
It's strange how a movie that's about fashion looked so not award-winning.
Yeah.
Yeah, this year, I don't really have an opinion on that one.
Yeah.
But next year, let's talk about that.
Next year.
The biggest snub is possible to happen next year.
The biggest snub in the past 2 decades.
So, obviously, the only big movie that's really come out this year so far is The Batman.
There's The Batman.
And they had the Penguin, played by Colin Farrell. And they had the most god-tier facial prosthetics.
Dare I say the best I've ever seen on screen.
He looks...
Ever.
It doesn't look fake at all.
We've seen so many videos that, well, not only when the images came out for him, not only could the world not believe that was Colin Farrell, even the other actors on set didn't know that was Colin Farrell. There was a story that I saw. It was a video of it during an interview with him, and he said that when he went on set and put on the Penguin, makeup and prosthetics and everything, one of the other actors on the set, Jeffrey Wright, who plays Commissioner Gordon, came up to him and didn't know who he was. And he went over and asked the director, hey, who is this weird guy on the set? Is he supposed to be here? And he found out, that's Colin Farrell. He's playing the Penguin.
I know.
And he was just like, So
I'm saying it right now. Not only does it need to get nominated.
Not only does it need to get nominated for every single category.
To win best makeup for the Penguin.
Yeah. Minimum. Okay. I could name probably at least 6 categories it needs to win. Minimum.
Oh yeah. Once
we'll get to that later.
We'll get to that. Okay, coming up on the category that I care about the most.
Original score.
Which is the best music composed for the movie.
Yeah.
The only possible answer here is Dune.
But the
Do
only
not disrespect Hans Zimmer.
again, if Don't Look Up wins best. Man just dropped his. Or
No, watching Kanto.
No, and Kanto's gonna sideline it and pull up. Did you see that it was like one of the songs off the Encanto soundtrack was like one of the like #1 streamed songs on Spotify or something?
As big as Frozen.
Yeah, it was like
as big as Let It Go.
And I'm like, okay, I just don't know if it's because I'm not young and I don't hear these things as often anymore.
I haven't even heard it.
No, neither have I. But when Frozen came out, there is very few songs I have ever heard more in my life, both like involuntarily, than Let It Go from Frozen.
No, that song was like
no,
everywhere.
That's what I'm saying. Even if you didn't watch the movie, you still heard that song everywhere.
We never saw Frozen.
We've still never seen Frozen,
we know Let It Go.
Yeah, and
so I don't think it can. The Encanto song can go.
Yeah, I don't know how this song is supposedly more popular when the movie just came out, so it's still relevant. It's supposedly bigger than Let It Go, but I still have not even heard this song. You know?
Yeah, it's strange.
Yeah, like it was Frozen was everywhere, but this is also just like, by the way, this is the biggest movie and biggest song. I was like, seriously?
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I feel like everything else is. Encanto might win.
Yeah.
The other three are obsolete. It doesn't matter.
Obsolete. Not existent.
So if Dune doesn't win best score, someone is going to be harmed.
Now, this one is... Yeah. Justin's going to pull up to the Oscar award show himself, okay?
Do you not hear those tribal cries in that movie?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, that just sounded kind of like a...
We were just doing
what's that one song? The one that's in School Rock.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called.
I don't remember either.
I'm an uncultured music.
I'm an uncultured. I know like some of the lyrics, but
anyway, I only listen to movie soundtracks.
Yeah,
okay.
Anyway, next up is original song. Now again,
the only one that deserves to win.
The only one that deserves to win is No Time to Die from No Time to Die. Because, I'm not even like the biggest Billie Eilish fan, but that song was generally great. Like, that song was amazing. Both just listening to it, like in the car, also
in the movie.
It was so perfect in the movie.
I mean,
it was great.
I mean, the movie was great.
The movie was stellar. But so unless it gets, unless Encanto takes it, I think No Time to Die needs to win for original song.
For sure. But here, trade deal.
What are you offering, Justin?
I'm willing to sacrifice No Time to Die for Encanto original song to let Dune win original score.
I'm with you on that. But if Encanto even pulls up,
if it wins both
categories, I'm out of here.
We're out of here.
I'm gone. I'm never watching a movie ever again.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Next is best sound.
I had a tough time with this one.
Yeah, cause music is pivotal to a movie, but so is its sound design.
Sound is, like there are some sounds where you can think of like very specific things from. Like you what the sound of countless Star Wars sounds are like. Those are iconic. Things in
Iron Man's
repulsor. You can think of like I don't know.
Yeah.
There's probably countless other things.
So the sound of a transformer. I mean, just all that kind of stuff.
All that, yeah. So
what did you pick something?
So I had a tough time between No Time to Die and Dune.
That's what I was considering too. Because I feel like those are the most
I feel like those are the ones where it most mattered.
Those have the most unique sound design.
Because obviously I don't really know what the vibe of Belfast was, but I'm sure that was pretty normal stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of like almost kind of like there's like a civil war within the country, so there's a little bit of uprising.
Okay.
But I mean nothing special.
Yeah, and I mean The Power of the Dog. Yeah, and that's a Western. So I mean, typical Western noises.
Yeah.
And then West Side Story. That's like the
It's a musical.
It's like a musical. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So I feel like these two are really ones that I feel like that shine the most.
So which one did you pick?
I mean, I picked Dune only because I felt like the world of Dune was probably a little bit more unique than obviously No Time to Die, since that's supposed to be, modern day, normal life. Well, obviously, no, it's still great. I just figured, probably some of the more unique sounds of Dune were probably better suited.
Yeah, I picked Dune also. Specifically, you think about like the sound design for the sandworm.
Yeah.
For the spacecraft.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
I saw this is more like a visual effects thing.
Uh-huh.
I saw a breakdown of like how they did the worm and the sand. The sand sounds.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
To like not only create the visuals for the sandworm, but to have inspiration for its sounds, they studied the throat of a beatboxer.
Really?
They looked at how the throat moves when you make those noises.
Oh yeah.
And they integrated that into the visuals and the sound.
Oh, that's cool.
And I'm like, I don't even know how you think of doing that.
Yeah. It's like, hey yo, let me look at your throat.
Yeah. And I saw video of it, and it's weird.
Oh yeah, no, but it's like their throat be like
their throat's just like it's just going all over the place.
Like a 6-pack abs.
Yeah.
Movement, you know what I'm saying? Like
you just never think to like study something
no.
like that.
And then what else I was just thinking about? I don't remember what it was called because I'm a fake fan. But what was that like? Almost like Jedi mind trick type stuff that they would do on people.
I think they just called it The Voice.
Yeah, like I feel like the sounds they would use for that. Like obviously there would still be like words, but like those like eerie noises that would come with it.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good. Yeah.
Yeah. So
let's see where we at.
We're on production design.
Production design. So production design is important because that's construction of the sets.
Yeah.
Again,
I picked biased. Yeah.
I picked Dune.
Well, plus I feel like it's hard to rate or pick a movie on production design when you kind of need to see the movie to get a grasp of the production.
Yeah. But once again, you can kind of assume based off what type of movie.
I don't want to be like more typical Western vibes.
Cabin, field,
cabins, ranch.
Whereas, West Side Story is,
that's like it's like an inner city,
1950s inner city.
Yeah. Nightmare Alley, I would assume, is a dark, scary alley.
That was lots of. I think it's kind of like it's kind of like. It's like night alley vibes. Yeah, that's what I said. I think it's supposed to be based within like a circus or something.
Tragedy of Macbeth. I'd assume lots of
tragedy
and tragic surroundings.
I've seen pictures, and that movie was also shot in black and white.
Oh, was it really? All I see is these just absolutely hard photos of Denzel with a crown.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, that looks cool.
I mean, he looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
So if he wins Best Actor, I won't be surprised.
Yeah.
But once again, Dune just has the most like unique production design. You go into the castle.
Yeah.
And all the stuff on the walls.
Yeah, or like in the ships, in all those little rooms, and I literally forget the name of everything from that movie. But
those little rooms,
those planets, and
the library where he meets the
creepy hand in the box lady.
Yeah.
That part was weird.
But it was a great set.
No, it was great. But I was just like, it gave off like the set fits the vibe of the scene because it's like it's a creepy place and it's a creepy scene,
So once again, this movie just has a scale of all these things being cranked to 10.
Yeah.
So, and so I guess the last one that we're gonna be looking at is visual effects, which nowadays that's pretty much all just digital visual effects.
I'll read off the nominees for because there's a lot of heavy hitters in this category.
We've seen 4 out of 5.
There's only one movie in this category that we have not seen. So the nominees were Dune, Free Guy, No Time to Die, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, and Spider-Man No Way Home. The only one we haven't seen. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we just haven't seen Free Guy.
Yeah, that's one we haven't seen. So what did you pick, Justin?
So, I'll tell
you right now, I didn't pick Dune.
I didn't either. I'll tell you why I picked my choice. I picked Shang-Chi.
Oh, okay.
And I picked it because I think it has the most visually interesting objects, like the ending with the dragon.
Oh.
And all of the, you got these like fantasy-based locations.
Mm-hmm.
You got the villages and the mountains and the bamboo forest.
Yep.
And that scene with the water going everywhere.
Yeah.
And so I think it had the most visually interesting visual effects, and they were well done.
Yeah.
And great colors.
Great colors. Amazing colors.
Which weren't showcased in the poster.
No.
So that's why I think the visual effects were better than Spider-Man.
Me too.
Because Spider-Man's effects weren't bad. They were just normal effects.
But I feel like because just of the nature of a Spider-Man movie, since, it's usually, whether it's like New York City or, inner city, it's more toned down. You're not going to have, I feel like, all these vibrant colors in a typical big city,
Like, it was just...
These were normal locations, just with big things going on.
And, I mean... you already know that I'm not a proponent for the CGI Spider-Man suits.
No,
so
I'm not either.
That's definitely a mark against that for me.
So,
but yeah, obviously. And then the ones that probably had the more subtle, great visual effects
was probably No Time to Die.
Was probably No Time to Die, because it actually had some really great digital sets.
Oh,
but you just can't tell.
You cannot tell.
Like the landscapes and stuff. And then, of course, everything in Dune that wasn't a person was fake.
Now, believe it or not...
Which one did you pick?
I picked Shang-Chi.
Hey!
So,
I thought you were going to pick Spider-Man.
No, dude. Come on. You know better than that. Come on. You think I'm going to pick CGI suit? No. All right. No, I picked Shang-Chi. I mean, pretty much the same reasons. I did, obviously think about the ending. I mean, let's just be real. The 10 rings themselves were awesome. Yeah. Like, the way they looked and the way that they, like, flowed and moved around like water. And then slight spoilers. At the end of the movie, when...
he's got them all together.
Shang-Chi and his dad both have 5. And you've got, like, the orange versus the blue, collide. And, just... Yeah, I mean, just everything. Like, the special effects when they're in, like... his sister's fighting ring with like Abomination.
Another part that needs to be appreciated is the downtown bus scene.
Yes, dude. If there was a movie that choreography, that would have been nominated, I'm sure.
Hey, when is choreography and stunts gonna get a category?
Yeah, because that was real talk. The bus kerfuffle fight scene, if you call it, in Shang-Chi, arguably was one of the best, like, hand-to-hand combat scenes in a Marvel movie in a long time, besides the Captain Bucky knife fight.
Oh, you can't top it, man.
Yeah. Besides that one, this was one of the best ones we've seen in a long time. Yeah. Hands down. And it was all hand-to-hand. There was no powers, no nothing,
Because they put a lot of work into that bus scene, because none of that was on location.
Yeah.
It was all on a sound... It was all on a
green screen.
A green screen set.
Again... Mm-hmm. You couldn't even tell.
It
looks real city, they were in San Fran, you know.
So,
or SF.
Realistically, any of them could win, but Shang-Chi should.
Shang-Chi definitely should.
Since we're in the category with Spider-Man, movie was great. I mean, it was visually pleasing.
Oh, movie was fantastic.
It doesn't need the Oscar for best visual effects.
No, it doesn't.
And I'm not gonna lie, I think Marvel and Co. may have gotten a little carried away with its success when they campaigned for it to be nominated in basically every category.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't know about that.
It was a cool movie.
It's a good movie, but it's not the best movie of all time.
Yeah.
You know what the best movie of all time? No, we won't get into
that. I mean, obviously, it was the biggest fan choice of last year.
Yeah.
But that doesn't... Everybody knows that, so it doesn't need to win an award to know that.
That movie had so much hype. It's not like you need to Everybody already knows.
It doesn't
about
need an award to have validation for being great.
Yeah.
So
it was already one of the biggest movie openings of all time already.
Yeah.
You know?
And Tom Holland gave his best Spider-Man performance, but
Yeah.
that doesn't mean that he needs to win Best Actor necessarily.
No.
So yeah, them campaigning for that was
It was a little unnecessary.
little overzealous.
It's like your movie is already absolutely steamrolling the box office and the world, and you're just like, more, yes, more,
yeah.
more recognition.
Insert Kylo Ren meme.
Yeah.
More.
Yeah.
And yeah,
that's
it.
Yeah.
That's it for the categories.
I guess we'll see. I mean, at the bottom of the list, there's a little score. Like I said, we're not gonna watch it, but we'll see the next day when it comes out.
Which ones we got right?
So we'll see if I hope I got some right.
Oh yeah. I marked down which ones need to win. Otherwise, I'm going to hurt somebody. But it might just have to hurt you.
Oh no!
So you better watch out the next day. The only ones that realistically need to win are animated feature, cinematography, and original score, which that is respectively Mitchells and Machines, Dune for visuals, and Dune for score.
And Drive My Car for international feature film.
Yeah, let's not forget. Those are the only 4 that need to win.
Yeah. So
that's that.
So that's kind of it for our 2022 Oscars predictions.
But let's talk about
next year.
Let's talk about next year. Obviously, the only contender right now is Batman. But I wanted to pull a full Lord of the Rings here.
I'm going to be honest. Let me tell you 100% honestly which categories I think it will get nominated for and could win. Yeah. Okay? Let me tell you right now.
The ones that there's only technically 3 that I think it absolutely has to win.
And I'm going to tell you what I think they are, and you tell me if you
Tell
agree
me
with
which 3 it has to win.
It has to win makeup and hairstyling.
Yes.
Has to win cinematography.
Yes.
And it has to win original score.
Yes.
Oh man. Because like we said, makeup and hairstyling for Penguin. The cinematography,
once again, Greg Fraser.
Greg Fraser is an absolute beast in a unit, okay? This movie might be one of the most beautiful things I've ever laid my eyes upon, okay? Wow.
I've been watching this for 5 hours.
I've been watching it for 5 hours.
Literally.
No, we've watched it for 6 hours because we've seen it twice now. And then original score because our main Squeeze, Michael Giacchino, was absolutely flaming on the keys.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, and just the music itself. Mm-hmm. I mean, not only the choice of music, but also the Batman theme for this movie is jaw dropping. Okay, it's just like, yo.
Really good shot.
It's literally Pacha meme.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Which ones do you think should at least get nominated for?
It should get nominated.
Okay, real talk. Does it need to get Best Picture nom?
Yeah, dude, are you capping right now?
Wait, here. If Black Panther can get a Best Picture nom, Batman can.
Facts. And Batman is better than Black Panther.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they're 2 completely different.
Yeah, I know. So I do think it could be nominated for Best Picture, directing.
For
okay?
Matt Reeves.
Matt Reeves. Okay. But real talk, I wouldn't be surprised if both Zoe Kravitz and Pattinson get nominated.
I honestly,
honestly,
I don't think Zoe Kravitz will.
Really? I guess she didn't have a huge. I just thought she did a great job.
No, she did.
They all did a great job.
She wins it in our heart.
Okay,
but definitely, legitimately, Pattinson could get nominated for Best Actor. Let's be real.
Minimum Pattinson needs to be because too good. And then
I mean, Colin Farrell supporting role.
I'm not opposed.
Paul Dano supporting role.
Jeffrey Wright supporting role. Honestly, Paul Dano needs to win.
Yeah.
No. Oh man. And then
adapted screenplay.
And then obviously
what else does it?
We already did an original score. Sound.
Dude,
sound.
Can
it win sound just for the Batmobile alone? Woo!
Oh, okay. Yep, that one needs to be in there.
That was great.
Production design for Wayne Manor.
Dude, Gothic Wayne Manor, give me more.
Yeah.
I want to live in Gothic Wayne Manor. Visual effects, practical.
Yeah, I mean nothing stood out, but sometimes that's the best visual effect when you don't notice it.
Mm-hmm. So
how many is that? That is shit.
That is so we are we doing seriously or like just what we want it to be?
Which ones we think? And
all right, seriously, which ones I think it could be nominated for is Best Picture, Directing, Actor in a Leading Role.
Are we doing actor in a supporting role, or probably not?
I want to, but I don't think can't be certain.
No,
not because I mean he definitely. Colin Farrell definitely deserves it, or anybody in that movie deserves it. But,
yeah.
So then
it won't be adapted screenplay because it didn't pull from only one specific comic.
Have you been counting?
So that's 3 so far.
Yeah, Best Picture, Directing, Actor in a Leading Role, Cinematography, Makeup and Hairstyling, Original Score,
and Sound.
And
maybe Sound.
Maybe Sound.
Yeah, let's put it at 6.
No, is that with sound or without?
Without.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. No, I mean 6 is already a lot of categories.
Yeah.
So.
And nominated for 6, needs to win 3.
Yeah,
I'd say that's a good
I'd
trade-off.
say that's trade deal. So
I didn't put it down. The Oscars are happening, so we're doing this like a little bit over a week before it shows.
It'll be 1 week from this episode coming out, right?
No, it's
2 weeks.
When we release on Friday the 18th, the show will be airing Sunday the 27th.
Oh, okay. So it's a little more. Oh, okay.
So a little over a week.
Okay.
So, you can watch it or just check Twitter afterwards.
Yeah.
So.
Maybe we'll repost some. We should do it. If we do get any of them right, we will try to see if we can repost them on our Instagram story.
Yeah.
So
yeah, check out First Squeeze Pod on Instagram to see if we get any of our wins that we want.
Yeah. So you can see if either we're just insane or we're terrible at making predictions. So
well, that's about as passionate with opinions as you can get today.
Yeah, that's pretty much all we got for our Oscars episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. I know me and Justin always enjoy talking about movie predictions and what we think should win.
Yeah.
Let us know. This is really just conversations that we have on the daily.
Yeah.
So
this is why we started this podcast.
Yeah.
Let us know your predictions. Either tell us on social media, or if you're tight, just text them to us.
Yeah. What do you think should win any category? And if you say don't look up for anything, you're wrong. Or Encanto. Just kidding. I have no hate. Besides that, I think that's all we got. So
until after the Oscars, we'll be back next week.
Yep. See you then. Bye.